A little clarification on yesterday. I'm still wrestling with the idea of why people would be captivated with YouTube or like YouTube in general. I still wonder if it's because, if this was a live lecture or whatever, and if the viewers wanted to come and watch, and let's say they had a question at the end, if they asked the question at the end of the talk, they would expose themselves to immediate judgment of their peers. And as well, the person delivering the material would expose themselves to the immediate judgment of the audience. But on here, it's like you light the wick of a bomb and walk away and skip the instantaneous judgment, and you can go back and peek at the peripheral or the downstream judgment or lack thereof. So I just wonder if that's why YouTube's popular. People can consume the material on their own time, at their own pace, rewind, stop, go back, in the comfort of their own home. Just a guess, I don't know. But yesterday was about, well, the video title was, Am I Good Enough? But what the topic is about is, when is enough in life, Like, how do I resolve my place in life? And sometimes these arbitrary contests can become a place where, a person can either decide to pursue excellence, meaning like, I'll just try to be better than I was the day before, or sometimes they're functioning against an inner demon that haunts them all day, every day, or most days, most of the day, which says you're never good enough. And within this arbitrary sandbox that you function within, if you can only just get a little better, then finally you'll receive unanimous, eternal acceptance from the planet that you're good enough, and you can finally breathe and relax. Well, it doesn't seem to work that way. Like, I don't know what's appropriate on YouTube, but look up Jim Carrey Golden Globe Awards acceptance speech, or actually he was offering an award to somebody else, but he was introduced as two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey, and he very eloquently and exquisitely sarcastically got up there and said, yes, that's right, I'm two-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey, but when I go to bed at night, I dream of becoming three-time Golden Globe winner Jim Carrey. And of course everybody laughs. Then he says, because then finally I'll be good enough. But he's making light of the fact that we create this arbitrary award called a Golden Globe, and it becomes a placeholder for achievement within an arbitrary realm known as creating movies, which humanity all enjoys. But this seems to set up all over the place. Something comes to light as being a realm within which accolades or acceptance or applause can be attained, and then we can jump in there and either pursue healthy acceptance or we can pursue healthy excellence, or we can jump in that sandbox and try to silence the demon within us, which says, you're never going to be good enough. So how does one know the difference between trying to silence a demon, which torments you all day long, and the healthy pursuit of excellence? I don't know. That's an open-ended question. But a lot of times, it seems to me that the demon arises from some situation in the past. Maybe you were in a sandbox and you really liked it. There was healthy interaction, and you just liked what you were doing. or maybe you were participating in an activity which might have been the gift placed within you or the reason you're on earth to begin with. But then maybe something went sideways in that sandbox. And part of that demon is endeavoring to return there and resolve the thing that went sideways so that I can achieve peace again. Because all we seem to really want is peace and acceptance and to be heard and to know that we're valued. It's kind of that simple. So like in my particular case, what would possess a person? Oh, by the way, I'm doing this inside. Normally I do videos in the tractor because that's my favorite place to be. But I'm not going out there because that exposes me to potential for interruptions from others, but the work time hasn't started yet, so I'm just drawing a line. It's not time yet, so I'm not going out. Even though there's activity going on out there, I'm trying not to get drawn into it. But anyways, my particular story, all right, what would possess a person to go out in the middle of nowhere and their job is to run a mobile container to move a simple commodity from one place to another, day in and day out, hour in and hour out? What would possess somebody to do that? Well, it's like what would possess somebody to become the world's best 100-yard dash racer, or world's best target shooter, or world's best stock trader, or world's best anything. Like, what's the motivation? Healthy pursuit of excellence in order to glorify my existence here on earth. Glorify doesn't mean boastful and arrogant. It means to give gratitude to say thank you for the talents, gifts, opportunities I've been given, and I'll try to make the best of them rather than waste them. Now, so the Christian orientation, which I happen to be, love it or hate it, maybe I'll get canceled, I don't know. Hard to get canceled if you only have 2 followers. But the Christian inclination is to say, I want to glorify God with the gifts and talents He's given me. For no other reason than I'm grateful to be here. I mean, look at this existence. How could we think it's arbitrary? But I think the amazing work of God is that He can take the previous sandbox you were in, where something may have gone sideways, and we don't fault the people involved because they're human and fallible, and they did the best they could. And God knows you want to get back to that sandbox and resolve what happened. Instead, He may make a new sandbox that's similar and put different people in, but it's similar, and still use that which might have been your original gift in that new sandbox to glorify Himself, or to give you opportunity to have a healthy and fruitful and fulfilling life. It's kind of that simple. So the question on the table yesterday, how on earth could an arbitrary contest ensue which involves moving something from one container to another? It's like, how simple could you get? Why would that become a contest? Well, it's because we're all just trying to guarantee our place in life. So if it becomes known that that's a valuable thing, if you're the best at moving the thing from here to there, then you can think that you're indispensable, you'll never be rejected, and you'll ensure your place in life. But the problem is there'll always be someone who comes along who's better at it, or they'll build a better piece of equipment and you won't know how to run it because your time will have passed. We have to learn how to go home, say, I've done the best that I could today, and rest within ourselves that we've done our best. And, you know, accolades and brass bands and fireworks are fleeting at best. They don't last. And the people from whom we tend to want them are busy grinding their axe and trying to get their own accolades. to fill the empty hole within them, and it doesn't make them bad. It's just humanity, right? It's just humanity. I challenge you to look at any activity you're participating in, whether it's the kids in the sandbox. Look, they're so busy. Say, look at my toy truck. Look at the sandcastle I built. Look at the thing I did. And the other kid goes, I don't give a rip. I'm busy doing my thing, so that when I'm done, you can look at it and go, that was awesome. Stuff don't change when you get older. It just, the sandbox gets bigger and the toys get bigger. But we just have to find a way to say, I'm good with what's going on in here. So that's my rant for today. Thanks for listening.